the issue of war and economic crime. We must take up the mantle, listen to our people, and finally come to one resolution on that question. We will be meeting with you, Mr. President, and we will be asking for your indulgence as we work with you to carve a meaningful agenda for this country. Again, I'm humbled. Again, I'm overwhelmed. And to the extent today I've said anything to make anyone uncomfortable, create fears, or revive someone's insecurities, that was not my true intention. I spoke from my heart, I spoke from my head, and not from my heart. I wish that you would, my fellow colleagues, give me the opportunity as we work towards building an agenda to show our children and our fellow citizens our future are built.
Although I committed myself to doing an audit, this is the reason why when the first time I saw this, committed myself to doing an audit, this is the reason why this is the reason why, although I committed myself to doing an audit, this is the reason why when the first time I saw this outturn was when the budget was submitted to us. It is not true that any member as was exerted last Sunday came to me to discuss issue of outturn, and I will show you the hypocrisy in a minute. When I saw this, I called my staff. They gave me the evidence of this money movement, and I will produce screenshots and documents to that effect at my trial of how money was moved. So I said, no, I don't want. When I saw this, I called my staff. They gave me the evidence of this money movement, and I will produce screenshots and documents to that effect at my trial. I called my staff. They gave me the evidence of this money movement, and I will produce screenshots and documents to that effect at my trial of how money was moved. So I said, no, I don't want to implicate anyone, but what I will do, we must do the audit. So now they have even extended it to 2022. So we'll be asking the GAC, instead of just 2023 audit, to 2022 and 2023 to see what happened here.
Because of the speaker budget, everybody want to become speaker. Because of the deputy speaker budget, everybody want to become deputy speaker. And let me say to the man I'm supporting, if you support Rachel Kuhn as your as a deputy speaker, Rachel Kuhn will not get my support. Rachel Kuhn is a financial expert. He sat in that place. All the budget and all that, when we were talking, where it came, everybody sat down there because we need to chop. Oh, that because of the budget, so people want to become. When they say one thing, because of the speaker budget, everybody want to become speaker. Because of the deputy speaker budget, everybody want to become deputy speaker. Because of the speaker budget, everybody want to become speaker. Because of the deputy speaker budget, everybody want to become deputy speaker. And let me say to the man I'm supporting, if you support Rachel Kuhn as your as a deputy speaker, Rachel Kuhn will not get my support. Rachel Kuhn is a financial expert. And let me say to the man I'm supporting, if you support Rachel Kuhn as your as a deputy speaker, Rachel Kuhn will not get my support. And let me say to the man I'm supporting, if you support Rachel Kuhn as your as a deputy speaker, Rachel Kuhn will not get my support. Rachel Kuhn is a financial expert. He sat in that place. All the budget and all that, when we were talking, where it came, everybody sat down there because we need to chop. Oh, that because of the budget, so people want to become. When they say one thing, right after the election, 1 month after the election, Unity Party sold themselves to just for the deputy speaker position. You see CDC today standing up. CDC is a party. Unity Party were not a party at that time. Maybe they'll be party now, but we'll wait to see. They sold themselves because they wanted to be deputy speaker.
The first thing I knew that the candidate was being narrowed down to 2 yesterday. And when Enos gave me his support, he said he couldn't support. We got there after the election, it changed. And I was being called to step down. I said, why? And I told them no. And then people said, okay, we'll stay with you, Honorable. We're not leaving you. We're staying with you. But they get on the floor with me and they refused to nominate me. And I'm not going to nominate myself. And I'm not going to vote for any of those people. I can tell you that.
So the acquisition of Deputy Speaker giving out money as well.
Thank you so
Oh,
much.
but you know the people that are in the race. You know the character. Every one of them.
I will remain actively engaged with the politics of the country as standard bearer and political leader of the Coalition for Democratic Change, the CDC, in order to ensure the continuation of our strong and vibrant democracy. I therefore urge you, my fellow citizens, to continue to be law-abiding and seek peaceful means to resolve differences. Embrace tolerance and dialogue. Let us love one another and come together as one people, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Let us remember the strength of our unity, the resilience of our democracy, and the hope that lies in the future of Liberia. As we welcome a new era, let us move forward hands in hand with a shared commitment to building a united nation that will continue to strive on observing the tenets of democracy and adhering to the rule of law. May God bless you all, and may God continue to bless the Republic of Liberia. I will remain actively engaged with the politics of the country as standard bearer and political leader of the Coalition for Democratic Change. I will remain actively engaged with the politics of the country as standard bearer and political leader of the Coalition for Democratic Change. I will remain actively engaged with the politics of the country as standard bearer and political leader of the Coalition for Democratic Change, the CDC, in order to ensure the continuation of our strong and vibrant democracy. I therefore urge you, my fellow citizens, to continue to be law-abiding and seek peaceful means to resolve differences. Embrace tolerance and dialogue. Let us love one another and come together as one people, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Let us remember the strength of our unity, the resilience of our democracy, and the hope that lies in the future of Liberia. As we welcome a new era, let us move forward hands in hand with a shared commitment to building a united nation that will continue to strive on observing the tenets of democracy and adhering to the rule of law. May God bless you all, and may God continue to bless the Republic of Liberia.
Yeah, and real good. No better time than now. On the show Real Talk on Kings 88.5 with me and Sam Andrews on this 24th day of October 2024. We got the issues, we've got the issues to talk about. We got the issues as they unfold in Mystery Liberia, a typical culture that very many of the people just can't understand why and how things are happening. The acknowledgement time is fast spent. We've got few things to talk about, but very germane. Routing Jingla, you've come on from District 10 Old Road, Nippistown community. Asata Miller, you are following from Red Light. You said good afternoon and thank you for the show. Sam, thank you ever so much too for spicing it up by your presence. Ambassador Dekukai Saw, you've come on from where? You Old Road, and you said, oh, today is your birthday. Blessed birthday. Usually they say happy birthday, but I take a diversion. Blessed birthday. In life, where everything is happy, but nothing happy. People not happy in the country. Everything is say happy. So my diversion is blessed birthday with you, well, and celebrate in grand style. My dear Southeastern sister, Dwight, you've come on from Minnesota, the United States of America. Good to have you on. Hope that you are faring well. Moses Bromskin, you are following from Accra, Ghana. Hope you are doing well from where you are. Abu Ekaba, you've come on from Marshall Highway. Thank you for coming on. Solo Wat Corsia, you've come on from your comfort zone. You said New Georgia. Yes, that's New Georgia Estate. Joe Goffer, you're following from, okay, you said you love my dancing. Yeah, from the team, eh? Yeah, it activates. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And who else have come on? Philip Crow. Philip Crow, you are watching from Abu Dhabi, the UAE. Edward K. Zibi, you are following from Accra, Ghana. Rachel's Gay, you are following from Gay Town. Okay. Pastor Rachel's, okay. The two pastors then clutching, so if you are a woman of God, the two pastors clutching in the Senate. The other ones, a sermon the man gave today, now small team. Previously, the other ones say, Pharaoh, let my people go. Sylvester B. Bo Jr., you are falling from Mamba Point. Pana Masekwe, you've come on. You didn't say, but where you falling from, but it's good to have you on. Frederick Willie, you've come on from Hen Seeking, Feeling. And Brown Deer, you've come on from Arizona, the United States of America. Garson Abel Lawson, you are following from Zuba Town. This is Dupont Road. Ed Nick Guy, you're following from Italy. And you are IT person. You're in Italy. That's good. Momo Famule, you've come on from New Jersey, the United States of America. Richard Lawrence, you are following from your end. You said Minnesota, the United States of America. Jackson Pony of I Am Factory Block C community, you've come on. Thank you so much. Who else? Oh, my dear brother is on. Good to have you on the show this afternoon. Gabriel Mount, you are following from your residence, Brockville. Liberian broadcast journalist is also following from your institution, Power FM. Rufus Divine Brooks, thank you ever so much for spicing it up by your presence. Melanson K. Yadolo, you've come on from the United States of America. We will continue to acknowledge you as you come on. Thank you so very much. We are inspired by your presence. So we've got a couple of things to talk about in this mystery culture. Very typical. A confused place where you just can't understand as you try to figure it out why things are happening the way they are happening. So let's start. No better place, not the national legislature, the love of money. No. On the show, it is secondary today. We'll talk about it, but it is not prominent on the show today, though it is a topical issue. But we've talked about that a lot more now. We've given it so much attention, the analysis, the commentary. So we have to subordinate it, but we'll talk about it. Let it be as it is. If the speaker loses his position, fine. If he stays on, fine. But we've got other things to talk about. So, widespread, massive, uncontrollable corruption. And the situation right now as we speak is hostile. Many, if not majority of the workers and employees there are uncomfortable with what is happening following the revelation by Daniel. I'm talking about LP, that Liberia Repatriation, Resettlement, and Reintegration Commission. The whistleblower is Daniel Jackson. Stealing, broad-day stealing, calculative stealing had been going on there for a good while. Not only that, the kind of stealing is diabolical. No normal person can do that or want to do that. But this too is Liberia. So they've been eating Liberian returnees' money intentionally. They've been eating the money without regret through different manipulations. Daniel Jackson, a former employee of LERC, has a full understanding, and he will explain that he went public with it on all the dubious and diabolical dealings there at LERC. And he will compile all of them, or majority, most of them, for public consumption. He found, according to what he said, he collected, and he put all of these documents together, and he displayed them. From the Central Bank of Liberia, of thousands of Liberian dollars and thousands of United States dollars, if not millions. According to Daniel Jackson, money given for the Liberian returnees for settlement and reintegration was diverted through several fake names, which will go directly to those guys who will engage into this scheme, pretending that the money is going or was going directly to the beneficiaries. LERC Executive Director Patrick Woolsey and his deputies are said to be in the know, and that documents show the authorized payments of fictitious entities and associates. The whistleblower Jackson went further to claim that the corruption within LERC has severely undermined its ability to fulfill its mandate of assisting refugees and displaced persons. He will call on the Unity Party-led government to move in with an investigation. And this has more than substance, because the very head of the institution, Patrick Woolsey, will confirm dubious deal, and he said that the controller and other people around the controller have been put under investigation. Until the investigation is proven, we take it this way because it's just a whistle blowing. But we also hold it to be truth. One, rumor in Liberia is not necessarily a rumor in the true sense of the word rumor. Given that this is a mystery society, the rumor can have substance, though not in its entirety, but it can have substance, as we have seen with several. So if they tell you, oh, this one is going to happen, or this one coming up, you say, oh, that rumor, man, that thing is not important. In an hour or two, you hear it, and even at a very high level. The second thing is, this man would not try in any way to tarnish the reputation of LERC. Tell it is evident, it is a known fact, it is a new reality rather, that corruption has overwhelmed the government. Every facet, every sector of the government is overwhelmed with corruption. Corruption is widespread. Money sent into this country is used, is diverted, so much so that the outsiders are skeptical about this government now. it wouldn't be a surprise to me if we hear of some stringent measures or putting hold on a couple of things that should come to Liberia or Liberia should be benefiting from. Because corruption discourages anybody from putting their money or identifying with a country. This is not to say corruption is not all over the world or the world itself is not corrupt. No, but in Liberia, it has become the normal. And it's all because people do it and they go with impunity, or they are asked to resign, just like Ami Moda was asked to resign. That's going with impunity. Because Ami Moda's situation, together with Double Jala, who is being protected by the executive, by the president, warrant not only a full-scale investigation, but prosecution. So everybody, wherever they find themselves in the government, feels comfortable to steal. Look at what they did to those people. You know what they were doing? They created fake names, and they created fake receipts and put people's name on it with the intent that these are the people who are receiving the money. The money is being sent to these people, or these people received the money, when nothing like that existed. So we're using these people as the bridge to get the money into the pocket, to give the impression that, yes, the money that was sent for these people. And may I remind you, may I let you know, not a reminder, may I let you know that money came from ECOWAS. I think 500,000 came from ECOWAS, apart from the little that the Unity Party government gave. Substantial amount came to help, because they came into the country. It was just around the time of after the inauguration. So some good bodies, they say, okay, you're just getting started, so we'll help you with a little bit, so that the one that you have, you can put it together and then get your people settled and reintegrated. That money, the people play in it. ECOWAS, I think ECOWAS, the money was 500,000. They play in that money. You're just getting to know about that money. That money came. They hastened with that money to put all kinds of things. Now look at the makeshift centers they put over there. Look at the things. They were not giving the people the money, and some of the people started complaining before this thing even came out. Now, I said, and I've always maintained from the first day, that President Bouaka is the president of Liberia, but he cannot, will not, under no circumstance, as president of this country, clamp down on anything these people are doing. And I gave the reasons for that. They are the ones who are running the government. Bouaka is not the person who is running the government. He's just the name by the Constitution and democracy that he was elected, and the Constitution swore him in. But having a grip on what is unfolding, being proactive as a leader ought to be, he is completely lacking that. So the guys are doing whatever they want to do, whichever way. Look all around. Check all of the ministries and agencies. What do you see? Corruption. They're eating the people money if they have not eaten all. They're eating the people money, the refugees, Liberians that came from Ghana. Those of you who are in touch with some of your relatives or friends, ask them whether they have ever received. If they ever tell you they receive money, but far less than what they're entitled to. But Patrick Wozi and his men in the southern over there, wasn't it the same Patrick Wozi in his ineptitude? Because I consider that ineptitude. The first time he faced the media, he went and told the people how they get zogos among the people coming, they get pregnant women, Women and who ain't get boyfriend, they ain't get husband. A government minister would take a public platform to say that. That's ineptitude to the core. Instead of being psychological, holding everything constant while you reintegrate the people into society. They ate that money. So Daniel Jackson been following, watching them, insider, checking some of the files, and speaking to some of these people whom they claim they gave money to and other benefits turn out to be lies. A unity party government. The same thing they will accuse other people. Widespread corruption all over the place. Everywhere. People are stealing. It's all because Mr. Bwaka is not in charge. He is the president, but he's not in charge. And it's because he has aged, he's fragile, and there is a mental decline. You can get vexed with me on that, but it is the reality. Look at it. Someone who has aged, people in their 70s, 80s, 82, 83, 84, 85, mentally, they're down. They wouldn't be as retentive as a person who is in his or her prime. And you know, over the years, they use themselves. So he's not in charge in terms of being proactive, knowing what is happening in the sector, having an understanding of this sector, checking with this other sector. Whatever they tell him, he's Mr. Quiet and can really move. The same thing they were accusing of they accused President George Weah or former President Weah. The same thing is happening to Bwaka. They said, oh, Weah could not sit and do an independent. He could not think for himself. He could not give an independent thought. That means he could not rationalize things for himself. That's how they argue at the time they were in opposition. But yeah, it says the same. Bwaka can rationalize anything for himself. They put document in from Bwaka, he just look at it and say, oh, Mr. President, yeah, Mr. President, this one, you just need to sign it. Oh, Mr. President, we have done this one, we have completed it, we're doing this. And then he just said, yeah, and yes, see what you can do. So right now, the tension is at LERC. I don't want to say the other one because it's not confirmed yet, but the tension is there. The people are uncomfortable. Since Daniel Jackson came out with this information and displayed documents, others now have started to speak out. Those who knew, they saw some dubious dealings, but they were afraid to come up. So they are now feeding on the bravery of Jackson to come up now. It's not bad. At least they're speaking now. They're giving out extra information or increasing the information more than what we've heard over the time. So you see, everywhere there's stealing, everywhere there's corruption, widespread corruption. It will be like this, just as Molu said or described Ellen's government at 10 times corrupt. President Bwaka government will be 20 times corrupt. And you're seeing it already. It's already in a clear way. It's all because he doesn't have control. So that what unfolded at LERC, they ate and they stay eating the people money. They will lie. They put Cynthia Moses. They created fake numbers. Look at it. It is diabolical. It is satanic. They created fake numbers and fake receipts. Take those numbers and you call them one of those people. If they answer, by the name. They say, no, no. Oh, but at the numbers they gave now, they say they gave money to these people. You see, God. Che. Who thought this would have ever happened in a unity party government? Rescue in widespread stealing, rogue rescue. This thing should not even be unfolding. No, it should not even be happening. Given the kind of criticism, the condemnation, the vilification that was poured on the past government or the former government, coming in with clean hands should not get dirty. But the same thing that you say of the people that their hands were in the cookies jar so much so that they damaged the country, you even damaging the country more than you think they did. And what damages a country the most? Corruption. Corruption. You can have billions of dollars coming into your country. Once the people are corrupt, once they're misusing the money, it will not be used for the intended purpose. No development will go on. Diversion take place, manipulation, fake, all kinds of stuff. It hinders development. It stalls development. It discourages people from giving their money. Look at the money that people gave from outside. ECOWAS gave them 500,000. You think they will ever attempt to say, and I hope that they don't get discouraged, but this, they will look at it carefully to see how and why now they should give money. That is why the people are careful now how they give money to Liberia. That is why they are very careful. So they channeling it through their own people, and then you bring up your plan, and then they observe the implementation. So they'll be complaining, oh, when people send the money here, they can send the people behind here. When the people send the money here, they can send the people behind here. They get the people all right here. You know why they're saying that? Because nowhere to steal. The people know Liberians now. They know Liberians, sorry. Now, let me not say Liberian, but I'm talking about those rogues. When I say Liberians, those rogues I'm talking about. Not you. Stealing the people, this is purely diabolical. You can do that. Creating fictitious stuff. Putting people name on this person or on this document when the person he exists. The name he exists. The number is not assigned to any subscriber. The guys at FRC battle. Yeah. Anyway, that's it. This too is Liberia. Rescue. Rescue to steal. Rescue to starve the people in the back. Rescue to put them in abject poverty. That's rescue. And you would sit down there, continue to, oh, you lead the people, oh, you labor, oh, you lead the government, you're criticizing the government for nothing. Be there that your life will just be revolving while they're advancing with the money, and you'll just be there begging them. That will be doing it for that on the show, Real Talk. We talk it real, not against anybody, all intended to make Liberia better. It's purely patriotic and nationalistic. So that is what unfolding. Now let's move to the next pointer on the show. Whether they like it or not, they will have to step down. Besides the code of conduct calling for that, it is the norm. You can hold two distinct or two different positions. You wouldn't be effective. No. You will have many distractions. You will not achieve the goal set for you or the responsibility you have taken on. So in leadership, and I would like to Yes, in leadership, they say if you have this position, concentrate on it, put everything into it, do it well, and do the best you can. That's what Martin Luther King said. Whatever your hand find to do, whether you win or you fail, be the best of whatever you are. Concentrate on it. But if you have multiple responsibilities, you will never be effective. You will not achieve your goal. You wouldn't be a result-oriented person. So here is it. In the past, they criticized, they said the same thing. The reason why these things are haunting them because they brought it out. They use it as weapons, political weapons, against the former government. Their argument then was right. Their argument wasn't wrong. So you can be in the government and you party chairman. You can be in this institution and then you secretary general. Many times they call on Jefferson Koji to step down. And he didn't. And he needed to have stepped down. They call on all of those people. They were right at the time Unity Party was in position. They were right with their argument. They weren't wrong. Because that's how it ought to be. That's what leadership is. Fast forward, Unity Party is there. The Lord says that you cannot hold two positions. You can be party secretary general, then you're in a top position. You can be party chairman, then you're in a governmental position. It runs contrary to the code of conduct. Therefore, you have to relinquish one. They are resisting all over the place. They don't want to step down. And I will share with you the reason why, because that is the essence. We talk it real. They don't want to resign, but they will have to resign. You can hold two positions. So again, Mr. President will sleep on this because he's afraid. So he will act like he's telling them to resign one of those positions, particularly the party positions, but he will go on not to follow it up, but rather allow the guys to make their decision for themselves. So they've given 5 days ultimatum. They've given 5 days ultimatum, 2 off already. So by Monday, 2 persons have complied. 2 persons have complied. By Monday, the rest of the guides must have complied. So if the Secretary General of the party, of Unity Party, is in government, he will have to stand down. Can be in 2. Not at all. Amos Dwyer is the Secretary General of Unity Party, and he's managing director at PRC. You have to leave one. And there are several of them that we know. How can you hold on because the justification they gave, if you look at all of the justifications, you analyze them, you see that there's no substance in it. So why did they chasten? Why did they condemn and criticize the former government who held on to their people in both government positions and party positions? Why did they say that it was wrong? You can hold 2 positions, the party, you need to resign. Why did they argue? Now the responsibility is on their lap and they don't want to accept it. You can hold 2 different positions. You will have to decide on one. And here is it. Here's the reason why they don't want to comply, but they will be compelled to comply. Here is why. It's simple. The why is on uncertainty, not to show, because government position is not everlasting. So they're not too sure. That is the reason, in my opinion, that they will want to hold on. So if the person loses his job, he maintains his party's position. He goes back as Secretary General, a chairman of the party, doing his work. But if you give out the party's position and then something happens, that person is off that government position, is on your own. You want to be running around. So most of them, that is probably, it may not be the genuine reason, but I think this adds substance to what I'm saying, why they would not want to leave their position. And I don't want to believe, in my opinion, there's any other reason why they would not want to relinquish their position. Whatever argument they have put up, whatever the justification they're giving to stay on, does not have any substance whatsoever. It doesn't. No. The law says, no, this is conflict of interest. You can be this, you can be that. You have to be one. You either stick to the government's job you were appointed to, because everybody fought to get position in government. Everybody fought. Everybody campaigned. They were not campaigning because they like Unity Party so much. They were not campaigning because Unity Party is their God. They were campaigning. Everybody in a revolution campaign on purpose. And that purpose is to get a job in return. So every one of them campaigned on purpose. That is why when the inauguration ended, expectation was on the appointments. 99.9% of the people ears were on all of the radio stations, the executive mansion website, reading the newspapers, buying newspapers every day to see, asking people from radio stations, oh, my man, that you're on the radio, that you're be talking the thing there, my man. You heard anything about the latest appointment? Or the reason why, because they want to get government job. So when you get the government job now by the president's directive, then you relinquish the one that you have. You let it go. Because that's how it works. You give chance to the next person now. Let it be just what dress. So you argue against the former government. You say, oh, the people, you need to hold party position, and then you hold government position. CDC doing this, CDC doing that, and this is no promotion for CDC. I'm just telling you that that's how it goes. So that's why I say CDC people argument at the time was right. Unity Party people, right? At that time, they were in opposition, arguing that CDC person cannot hold two positions, party position and government position. So they needed to leave one. Their argument then was right. But the same thing falls on their lap. So what can they do? What can they do? They have to. If nothing comes of it, then the Ombudsman office, the Code of Conduct, and the President's office, that'll be of no substance. It'll be a toothless bulldog. Then everybody doing their own thing in this country. Then nobody dare criticize the other people. No. When the law say you can hold two separate positions, resign one and hold on to one, you do. What will it take? What will it take you? If I were the 1 year a party secretary general, I resign the party's position, leave it. Another person, another partisan can take over. If I'm performing well as required of me by the boss, I will not be thinking about leaving. The boss will keep me there. Just as people stay on for 6 years. Others stay on for 4 years because they were performing well. Why would you want to stay on? You holding party position, then you holding government position. Then when government responsibility comes up, then you hasten to do it. Party meeting, you rushing to go to the party meeting, you're leaving certain things undone in the office. You can be in 2 places at the same time. So let's be law abiding, because it is one of the things that Unity Party argue on. So the rescue mission can be an irony of what it preached. Do the needful. Do the difference. Lead by difference and don't lead by example. Leading by example is the same thing that people do, you do it. Leading by difference is diverting from what the person you find that is wrong, and you're not going to do it, and you do something extra. So if the argument was, yes, these people, when we're in opposition, we told them that you can hold party position and government position at the same time, and they did not do it. We in power now, we not going to do the same thing. Every partisan of the party, of whatever the political party, resign. And this thing, the ombudsman should not even be coming in. This thing is as simple. In other countries, the standard bearer of the party gives that directive and it's executed forthwith. You know why? It will be executed because in the executive, you work at the will and pleasure of the president. So if you refused, the next 30, 35 minutes or so, your letter on your desk, and it's all on the radio. This person has been removed. This person has been dismissed by the president because he refused to step down his party position, which is a gross disrespect to the president. Yes, in other country, it finished. Ombudsman don't have to come in. They're doing all kinds of things, intellectualizing. No reason why nothing straight happening in this country. You don't need ombudsman to come be talking and giving ultimatum. That is squarely at the feet of the political leader of the party, who is the head of the country, and everybody works at his will and pleasure constitutionally, or as provided by the Constitution. Give a directive that you either resign or you leave the government position, and see whether they will not resign. But the president himself protecting the people too and pretending like, why would you just shift everything you're shifting the institution? This institution, something within your power. You got the right. All you need to do is to say, because the authority unto you. And then you push that to another institution. Then ombudsman, that you need that. You need ombudsman to be giving ultimatum on the other people. No. In my opinion, no. The head of the government only needs to say, henceforth, you either resign your party's position or you resign, you stay onto the party position and resign government. And then see who will not respect it. See who will still hold on to their party position. You know why everybody giving justification to stay on? Because they don't respect the president. They don't see him as somebody that they can respect because he doesn't have the authority. Even though, yes, he has the authority, but he doesn't know how to use the authority. You can have authority and don't know how to use it. You can have authority. Authority is all powers given unto you by the law, or you only say, and it happens. He has the authority, but he afraid of the people too, probably. He afraid. I'm president. I don't need going through all of those things, wasting time. Just like the assets declaration. So let me combine the two, conclude on it. Just like the assets declaration, what happened? Listen to what LACC said. LACC starts. Most of his officials are yet to declare their assets. From the very day he said it till now, most of his officials have not declared their assets. And they have no time. They're not regretting anything. They know that he can't do anything to them. But they were chastening the other people a couple of years back against these things. Absolute nonsense. You got the authority, use it. Let the people, give the people a directive. You either resign your party position, stay on in your government position, or you resign your government position and stay on in your party's position. Then you're leading like a president. Anything short of that, no. The people are the ones, your officials are the ones who run in the country, and the president is just there. See, the assets declaration. Majority of the people, look at the time that has elapsed since it was announced. Nobody get time again. Everybody doing the work in their respective areas. So there's no difference between what they criticize the former government of and what they're doing. You're listening to Real Talk on Kings 88.5 with me, Sam Andrews, on this 24th day of October 2024. The year is gradually going to an end. Let's have your say on the first lab of the show, 0772 23 99 33 0886 30 44 97. The female line, 0777 98 03 95. Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon. Your name and where you called from?
My name is Oliver N. Chair, and I'm calling from First Street in Tinker.
Let's hear you,
I'm
Oliver.
I'm sure there hearing your voice again on air. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Yeah, I just want to say, I don't know whether the ombudsman and the president of Liberia, who is powerful. Because if the people feel to listen to the president or adhere to the law of the republic, that the ombudsman, if the president says, can't adhere to the law. So I think the ombudsman need to give more ultimatum now and for the country to move forward. Because the same thing that people said in the past that was not good, I don't know how come it is now good to say. But because there was the people who were there that make it bad, and when the other set of people come now, it's not good. I don't think this is how our country needs to move forward. We as a people, we need to sit and read between the lines. So see the current group of people that are there today, to be living in the wrong that they criticized before, and now it has turned to be good. I think it's a sad time for our country, and whoever in charge of our country needs to put his or her seat down. So I don't see Mr. Barker as the one leading the country. Thank you.
Thank you for calling. Have a nice day. Hello.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. Your name and where you call from?
Yeah, Edmund Carp, the future in Belgrade, keeping Orga to the fire to the lower, and I'm in River community.
Let's hear you, Mr.
You know, you said it right, saying because sometimes when we say it, for some of us to look at us as opposition speaking, but the way of corruption that is in the government is too early and they are in a rush to do it. Everywhere, every sector, it is happening, and it is broad that they are not even having. Can you imagine? You bring in country, people that are not being here. Some of the guys, some of the people who were listening to on the radio, they were telling us that some of the life for year, that they some more year, some 20 some more year, and then you bring them back. See where you place them. They have a play at ROC that they were going to bring the people and they arrange them county by county. So you are on the spot is for to bring you strictly tell you to for the spot is for you from this side again. But when you brought the people, they jumped into the bunker, they started being private between ROC and the citizen of that country. Okay? Brought the corruption. And the president will not speak. Because the president is not in charge. The president, we deal with old people. My grandma was for 117 years. I deal with every month. I need to carry her support. Sometimes I'm going to her 2 times in a month.
All right,
When you
Mr.
get
Khan.
to her, you will show her everything, but at last she will be asking you, oh, what are other things? What are other things? So that's what all things will do. So the things that people say to this country, that is what we are. So, then, so the people are noticing that is why we are doing with money that comes to us, our own money.
Thank you, Mr. Khan.
Where would the international community say resources to support us?
Thank you.
So,
Hello.
Hello?
Your name and where you called from? Yeah, let's hear you.
Thank you for the program. But I'm going to ask a question. Hello?
Yeah, we are listening to you.
The question I want to ask is, right now the session, the honorables are divided into two. And the government
No. We've not come to the love of money at the legislature. We talk about the widespread stealing that's going on at LRRC and the deadline given to government officials who are also holding party positions to step down. Thank you so much. Hello. You are on the air, sir. You are on the air.
Hello?
Yes. Your name and where you call from?
Oh, yes, Milo. William 2.10.
Let's hear you, Mr. To.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Sandro. You got it right. People then are talking about we have a stealing and what have you. They witness the clean. You know, like when we never see clean. Yeah. Look at me, more argument. Where the water and sweat. Like you did to get money to put to remove speaker.
Okay, Chief.
Let's say,
we're talking about that 1 year. We're coming to 18. Okay. Thank you. Hello.
Yes, Andrew.
Yes.
How do you do?
I'm doing fine. Thank you. And you?
This is my Beatrice Williams calling from the PHC community.
Yeah. How are you today?
I'm blessed going you.
Yeah, good. Let's hear you. Oh, she went off. 0772 23 99 33 0886 30 44 97. The female line 0777 98 03 75. And you are on the show Real Talk on Kings 88.5 with me, Sam Andrews, on this 24th day of October 2024. We are transmitting from Street and Monrovia. 0772 23 99 33 0886 30 44 97. Hello. Yeah. Yes. Hello.
Yeah. Thank you. This is Mumulu Amara calling from Telecom Community. Thank you for the discussion. How can this a president discipline somebody for stealing when he himself is involved with stealing, with corruption? So all we can do, Liberians, we need to rally around so that we can ask the old man if he can take care of this country, let him turn it over, because it's getting boring. And in a much we are setting those people came down, they are depending on international community support and that of the country allies so that they can be able to survive. And you're seeing a massive corruption taking place. It's not good. It's not good at all. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Okay, that will be doing it for that. Thank you for spicing up the first lap of the show. Let's move down to the love of money, as I call it, the legislature, specifically the House of Representatives, where they want to oust or to move the Speaker Councillor Fonati Kofa. He's fighting hard. It is not easy. It is a great warfare. Why did I say great warfare? Because of the way it is going. It's democratic. At least they're not fighting. Nobody getting on anybody person. They are going in accordance with quote unquote their rules and the Constitution of Liberia. They are intellectualizing. They maintain the friendship. They are not hateful of one another, though it is a tense atmosphere. But in the midst of it all, they maintain that cordial relationships between them. So he's fighting. He's fighting. Now, it seems he and his guys might run to the Supreme Court. The number against him was 43. It decreased to 42. One person out, and it is my understanding that he's out of the country. So the number dropped to 42. I do not know what it is presently, except I have an update. And his number remains at 30. So they want to go to court as the last resort. That is what the camp of the speaker who is battling survivor on a sinking sand is contemplating or thinking about doing. Go to the Supreme Court. They will move to activate Article 33 of the country's constitution from a parliamentary perspective. So what it says, simply, what Article 33 says, a simple majority of each house shall constitute a quorum for the transaction of business, but a lower number may adjourn from day to day and compel the attendance of absent members. The rest, in my opinion, no. That means I can go to it because there were a stop for the current situation. But just so you get the last part of it, and I don't think, except for the first line, the last part said, wherever the House of Representatives and the Senate shall meet in joint session, the presiding officer of the House of Representatives shall preside. But my emphasis is on the first line. A simple majority of each house shall constitute a quorum for the transaction of business, but a lower number may adjourn from day to day and compel the attendance of absent members. So assume they went to court, but firstly, to activate this, they say, Fonati Kofa, just to pull it in a simple way so that you understand it. Fonati Kofa style or fashion has the smaller number. So the law is saying from day to day you can adjourn because your number does not constitute a quorum. But when you meet and get quorum, you can adjourn from day to day. The people on the other side with a higher number constitute simple majority. They can convene. However, you have the right to compel them to come. So that's what it is. Listen carefully again. Though not a legal expert, but I think from a literal standpoint, you can understand. And there is ambiguity in this paragraph, which I will talk about. Listen again. It's simple. Article 33. Take your constitution if you have it. Article 33. A simple majority of each house, shall constitute a quorum for the transaction of business. Each house shall constitute a quorum. That means the Senate and the House of Representatives. This paragraph is not talking exclusively the House of Representatives, leaving out the Senate. It says a simple majority of each house, the House of Representatives and the House of Senate, shall constitute a quorum for the transaction of business. That is why when they assemble, once they have the number to start business, which constitutes a quorum, then they get into full session. Then Sergeant Clerk of Corps, Chief Clerk, they get ready. Then it said, but, there's the conjunction there, but a lower number, and say the lower House of Representatives, and say that number they refer to. They say a lower, but a lower number. A lower number. Lower number means you don't reach the number to constitute a quorum. So it puts you in a disadvantaged position to conduct business. But a lower number may, that means considering the circumstance. That's what the crafters inserted the word may, meaning it is not, they opted not to be definitive. But a lower number may adjourn from day to day and compel the attendance of absent members. Compel the attendance, compel them to move in. So in that situation, the guys are stiff-necked. The guys are resistive. The guys are firm. The 40s number, the guys in the 40s, they are unbending in their resolve. So their number is not dwindling or reducing drastically as some are hoping that it will reduce drastically. It was 43 and one person is off. And I don't know whether that person crossed to Fonatikofa scam or the person opted, that representative opted not to form part of the misunderstanding that's going on, or he or she is out of the country. But I was told that the person is out of the country. So that number now, that simple majority has dropped. Now, if you have 2 or 3 persons over the time leaving, then it becomes difficult. But consider it, the number remains the same. How can the speaker compel these people to move to session? How? How can he compel the guys who are resisting him to move to session in accordance with Article 33 of the Constitution? Because the Constitution, that provision of the Constitution, is not properly clear. It lays out no further remedy as to a situation like this. They say you can compel how. So let's assume that there are options the speaker knows, he and his people, because he is a lawyer and he holds a doctorate degree in law. So he will activate legislative provisions. And the guys are not going. The guys continue to stay away. What can he do beyond that? Nothing. Nothing. And if it continues for a period, he might get weak. And then just call his guys and say, gentlemen, this is it. We can't keep the people in this situation long. If I'm seen as the obstacle, then with every humility, I tell you that I'm stepping down. I don't think we will reach to that point. I hope we're not, but you can root it out. Because if the guys who with the higher number continue to be resistive, staying away, not cooperating at all, as they have put up a non-cooperative posture, and then the speaker, Fonati Kofa, side cannot convene, cannot conduct business, and the guys on the other side, quote unquote, conducting business, even though that kind of business doesn't have substance, because there is crisis right now. There is the leadership is not fixed. So even if they're conducting business on the other side, who listens to them? No institution in this country will listen to them, at least to talk about people from outside. Even the executive cannot, the president cannot do business with the group of the higher number. So it will be compelling to have a reconciliation back to the resistance. If the guys continue to stay away, not cooperating, not showing any sign of going back, Fonati Kofa cannot do anything. He's paralyzed. He will be compelled to use himself or announce himself as the sacrificial lamb. For business, for the legislature, the House of Representatives to get active with normal business to move the country forward, he will have to stand down. 2, things have stalled right now. Nothing is happening from a legislative standpoint, and it is affecting the 2 branches of government, the other 2, because they are 3 separate but coordinate branches of government. Coordinate means they work together. So if there is a stalemate as it is now, and no branch can interfere in the workings of another branch, then things come to a standstill, because the legislature needs the executive needs the legislature, the judiciary needs the legislature needs the judiciary. All 3 of them work together, but they have separate and distinct functions. So if one branch is having such a problem, everything is at a standstill. Everything is at a standstill. Right now, even if the speaker got an invitation for a major event out of Liberia, he can go. Neither the deputy speaker can go, nor does any other person within leadership can go, because there's a crisis. If the president is having an event and needs the speaker there, the speaker can, because there's confusion. Neither the deputy speaker. The whole thing is upside down because one branch is affected. It's just like what God said about the 5 fingers. When one finger is affected, what happens? It affects the rest. So that's the reason why the guys are playing this game. Let's hold on. Nobody should get weak. Gentlemen, we know along the way, they will try influencing you people. They will try inducing you people with whatever intellectual might they have. But let us hold together. Let us not show any crack amongst ourselves. The longer we stay together, the likelihood that he will stand down. That's the game plan. That's the game plan. So what happened now? The deciding factor is the number 6. 73. 30 minus 73 minus 30, That's 43. So if 6 persons get on the other side, that's 49 right there. The speaker off. The only reason the speaker is still hanging on as the Speaker of the House of Representatives, because that number is not activated. Who? What are the representatives that will move on that side? If those guys can persuade 6 persons going there, the speaker off. But if it remains this way, the next plan is we should not crack. Let's hold together. Let's maintain our one accord. Though it's hard, the road is not easy, but we reach the end of it. Let's stay put, not cooperating with him, doing nothing absolutely. The longer it drags, he will give in, and then he's out. And then we can move in and elect a new speaker. That is the plan from the guys with the higher number. And it might work. Phonetic covers people too. That 30, they have to be consistent. They need to hold together. All that thing he was explaining on some of the platforms yesterday, he was there explaining all of those things, in my opinion, they're not going to help. Those things should have been done before getting into this time. Then we would not have gotten into this time. But he wasn't far-sighted. So now he knows that he's sinking. He knows that he's drowning. So he's talking that this is the reason why they want to do this. This is the reason why they're doing this. When we need dialogue, after everything, we'll do this. We'll look at some committees. We'll look at this. We'll look at that. No. Because he blundered from the beginning. He wasn't far-sighted. He was relaxed. So they need, in my opinion, from what I've seen, they need to hold together. Just as the guys on the other side with the higher number holding together, they too need to hold together. That number 30 should not drop. The guys on the other side, because this is a warfare of persuasion. They will try everything they have started to convince some people from the speaker's camp why they should be on their side. That, oh look, we got a higher number. Don't waste your time with the speaker. Good. He's not going to stay on. We find it necessary that you join us. Our goal is clear. And the vision that we have is good with the election of the new speaker. And when we win this warfare, you will be given this position. Already, the speaker denied you. He did not recognize you when he was dividing those positions. They will do everything to persuade, because the warfare is the mind. So they will use persuasive means to convince you why you should leave the speaker's camp and go to their camp, because they want the number. As soon as that number reaches 49, it finished. So they will try to break the speaker's number. They will get into the speaker's number, insert themselves, persuade the guys, convince them to the core. But the speaker number, his people, you have to hold together. You have to hold together. The only thing, in my opinion, the guys on the other side will do, as they have started, non-cooperative posture. The longer it lasts, the pressure will come against the speaker, and he will be forced to resign. That's it. That's the game plan. That's what is unfolding. That is the game plan. Nothing more, nothing less. That is the game plan. Nothing more. Let's hold on. Let's keep our number. Let us continue to persuade people from his camp to join us. Once we are successful in getting 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 persons from his camp, not only will we have achieved the 49, but he will move publicly to announce that he's standing down, conceding defeat. That's what is happening. Also over the time, it is possible that some of the guys can break away from the Clarence Gag fashion. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. Trust no public commitment. Trust no words or voice from anybody. You know why I say this? What did Peter not tell Jesus in terms of commitment? Lord, you know I love you. Lord, you know I'm with you. Lord, you know I can never leave you. What did he not say? And Jesus was convinced along the way. But at the end of the day, all of us know what happened. So some of these people who made their commitment to the Clarence Gag group, we were young. The speaker got to go. They may have done this. It is likely that something could trigger a change within them, and they leave that group. That's what I mean when I say trust no public commitment. People will give commitment to you. Yes, we are together in this thing. We're not going to leave. We'll see it to the end. But how empty is that when something triggers or somebody just make a telephone call, or because all of the factors playing now, all of the factors playing in this thing, it is warfare between the speaker scam and Clarence Gag fashion. All of the things playing. Affinitive playing, which means long-term relationship, religion playing in it, family line playing in it, everything playing in it, everything playing in it. Some representatives calling representatives, wives, and say, talk to your husband. You know, we from the same time, you know, we share this, and he going against us. And after this thing, I know whether we even be like before, even though we are in the same house, all kinds of things. And you know, the women are good at convincing a man. So when the husband representative goes on now, after everything, relaxing, and then the woman just says, so, you know what you're doing? You know that you're putting in our family, you know that this person to the speaker, you know that we are related. All kinds of stuff. All those things can happen. They have changed decision. Yes, we've seen it in this country and beyond. So all of those factors are playing because you have to use all of the ammunition or weapons available to you to get the person on your side or to neutralize your quote-unquote opponent camp. It's not just sitting there and being intellectual. You have to use everything available to you. So to break that camp, they have to be strong. The same way to break the speaker's camp, though he got lesser number, but they have to be strong too. It's not easy. So that is what is unfolding. They decided to go to camp. 30 members of the speaker's camp. They are asking the Supreme Court to issue a writ of mandamus against 43 members who have not been attending session and recognizing Speaker Fonati Kofa. The anti-Kofa camp is threatening to declare. They got 43. So they are threatening to declare Deputy Speaker Thomas Falla's seat vacant. But the info, it reminds me of why people from the university, they went to the pavilion and the speaker chair was not there, the deputy speaker chair was not there. I hope they don't do that. So one lawmaker who is supporting the speaker removal is out of the country. Yes, he's out of the country. He's in Latvia, far away from Liberia. So it dropped to 42. We do not know whether that will count or that counts. It being 43. So he has left the country, but it doesn't say he's not part of the 43 because he made them 43. The reason it is 42 because he's not on the ground personally. He left the country. He wasn't part of the speaker's scam. If he was part of the speaker's scam, then the speaker's number will be 31. But he part of the fashion, the Clarence Guy fashion. So you can feed on that. No. If he was a neutral person, or if he said that I'm leaving the country, I'm no longer part of the simple majority bloc or the Clarence Guy fashion, then it's possible the man can be American and say, I still maintain my position. The man can come out and goes to the 45 or the 43, 42 and make it 43. So therefore, that one part is invalid testimony. You don't take too kindly into that. No. If the man left and went to the speaker's side, then you say, yeah, the people number drop. But as it stands, it's still 43 because he left. He might come back to the country before everything finishes. And it's possible when he comes back, he goes to his guys, and then the number goes back to 43. So that one there, our argument that the number dropped, no, I don't want to buy into that. I think it remains the same. So there where we are contemplating going to court. You hold on. We'll talk about that. You hold on to your court. We'll talk about that. So let me talk briefly about Central. Central has weighed into this bribe. Central has weighed into it. They are calling for a full-scale investigation. They think that this is not only bad for Liberia, but it has become the normal now in our culture. And if it continues this way, it might have a serious bearing on the country's credibility, on the government's credibility, that it might discourage real investments coming into this country and a lot more. The head of Central Ambulai Mame will raise those concerns, just excerpts from his press conference today. Then the president, say by directive, he will recall all ambassadors, all ambassadors, large special envoys, and trade and investment representatives. Recalling no cancel with immediate effect. Reappointments will be made based on the country's governance need for the role in the current period. The reappointments also come with clear and specific terms of reference and reporting lines within the framework of the country's foreign policy direction. Let me read a few of your comments on this, then we go to the line. Hold on. There where we are right now. Means few of you who have commented that you highlight your opinion. Okay. Let's start from Emmanuel Bro. What he say? No, too strong of a word for the radio, sorry. And there's Tony Blabo Gova. Tony Blabo Gova. So let the entire government shut down because Boakai is an old, no, the entire government should be shut down. Okay. You want to write just simple. Forget about using Sunday school words. They're not, you may think that you're saying something good, but it's not going to be read. Too, it doesn't represent you. Just say it as simply as you can, and it will be read that way. You don't have to put invectives into it, all of the things, and you expect that we'll read it. No, don't do that. Just right, because your name is your name is going out. Don't do that. And the next person, James Morning Brian said, brother, the speaker will not stand down. That Waka government will stand down. Okay, when you write that, it's fine, but you don't have to put insults into it. Josiah Smith said, this has gone beyond the speaker's control. The deputy speaker should have put this under control in the speaker's absence. Okay. Samuel Coinen said, you are just talking, but you don't understand the speaker on what he said. Who else commented? Samponic. He said, Fonantisai also need 7 more. Yes. Sorry if I didn't say it. Yeah, he also need 7. Yes, thank you. Thank you for adding that. Need 7 representatives for a quorum. Who else? Samuel, I read your comment. Pete Walker said, I would like to share my perspective. Representative Samuel Koga is aiming for the position of speaker, and he may invest significant resources in his efforts to challenge the current speaker. It's worth noting that apart from Representative Musa Hassan Bility, many lawmakers from Nima County appear to be quietly supporting Koga's candidacy. Their support seems to be part of a broader strategy to position Nima County for potential leadership in the upcoming 2029 presidential elections. A very good write-out. Good. Okay. That's how you do. Just intellectualize. You don't have to put insult into it. It will not help you. Rubin Cannon said, what will be if the 2 blocks refuse to give up? Well, I do not know. Rubin, I don't know how it's going to be. Good write-out. Figured it out. And Otaka Kahun said, President Bouaga is playing games with the Liberian people about bread and butter issues because his party is causing these problems, but he is silent. The executive can interfere in the affairs of the legislative branch. No. Let's turn to you now to have your say on this, and then we can call it a day. It was a great day yesterday. Great day. You know what I mean? It was a great night for FC Barcelona. Have your say now on 0772 23 99 33 0886 30 44 97. The female line 0777 98 03 75. Hello.
Evening.
Your name and where you come from?
All right, this is James calling you from Ghana.
Let's hear you, Mr. Collins.
Okay, thank you, brother, for this topic, this discussion. Okay, basically, what I want to see here is this. I'm just want to see to Speaker Kofa, hold on to your position. Whosoever is on the block or Speaker Kofa, stand with him. Because we, the Liberian people, for some of us, are looking at this thing from spiritual angle. We think this is a battle between the good and the evil.
So wait now, what is this? Wait now, what is the spirituality there?
Okay, you remember that before this election, there were prophets who prophesied and said so many things.
What did the prophet prophesy?
Okay, some prophets prophesied that if we elect this president, there will be calamity on this nation.
Did the prophet prophesy about what was going to unfold or unfolding now with the speaker?
This is what I'm saying.
Did the prophet prophesy what is happening now? Did he prophesy that this was going to happen and the speaker was going to be in this situation?
No, but remember now.
No, Chief, listen now. You said, hold on, my man, hold on. You said spirituality, you said it didn't get spiritual implication. Then you're talking about the president. That video you're talking, the prophet talked about the president. He said, if President Boaga was elected, then you can't attribute it. He didn't talk about the speaker. He didn't say the House of Representatives are going into. I mean, you understand, Chief, you understand spiritual thing. Don't come, man. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I'm listening to you.
Yeah, I am Charles Cooper, the chairman of the Punctual Intellectuals of District Number 4. I call from Copy Dupero. And let me just say, I stand with the rule of law. That means I stand with the speaker. Hello?
Yeah, I'm listening, Chief. We are listening.
You see, my brother, this is why we have told our leaders, it's not right for leaders to set bad precedent. Now, whenever leaders set bad precedent, people want to see it as an example. This is why Abba Swizer's example is leadership. So I stand with the speaker because I believe in the rule of law. You see, Article 1 of our Constitution says all power is inherent in the people. That doesn't mean that the people can just get angry and remove an elected leader. The Constitution was speaking in normal circumstances, all power is inherent in the people. But when there is problem, when the people are angry and they want to remove those people that they have elected, the Constitution also lay out a procedure.
Okay, Chief.
Because if the Constitution is not going to leave it open, that means it's room for chaos.
So you stand with this. You stand with the speaker that he will not lose his position.
Yeah, because there is a little rule that says.
Thank you. You made your point that you stand with him. Hello.
Yeah. Good afternoon, Sam Andrew.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah. Thank you very much from Voice of Liberia. This is my debut on your King's FM show. I'm very much excited to hear you here this afternoon. Thank you for the fascinating discussion. I'm Peter David Castle. I call from under the street light in Lower Johnsonville. The only remedy to those guys from the anti-Kofa camp is to obtain the 49. But with the accent of 49, if any of them will sit down and think that fanatic Kofa is going to resign, they are dreaming. This man is not going to resign, and our base they have increased to 31 today. So that base will be maintained and sustained. And there's nothing is going to water in, no pressure is going to make fanatic Kofa to resign. Let me tell you, those that want to govern, fanatic Kofa have nothing to lose.
If the situation remains this way, he might be compelled to stand down.
Yeah, the citizen will take a decision. So if the situation remains, let me tell you, fanatic Kofa have nothing to do. And Joseph Boakai and Rachel and Sam Koka, they are the ones that want the government. There's a rescue team. Saying they want to create instability. We will support fanatic Kofa, and we are guarding him, giving him all necessary information and support. Even it can be the cause.
Okay, Chief. Thank you. Thank you. Let's bring on other people. Hello.
Yes.
Yes. Good afternoon.
Mr.
Your name?
Andrew, yeah. You and myself were talking in the phone. Oh, sorry. This is Marty. William calling from the PhD community.
Yeah, let's hear you, Beatrice.
Yes, and Shim, I only want to encourage my brother, Mr. Anthony F. Williams. So please withdraw with what are going on in the capital. They are begging. I tell God to talk to him. I just urge him to please. He shouldn't include a sub to be part of the voting they're doing in our hearts. We voted in, our people voted in our district for you to represent the people. You shouldn't accept anything that's private in our court. So I want to take this time to encourage my brother to be a source. Hey, my source, he gets entering our place. You know what is so I beg him.
Which side you think he's on?
Because the name they call a name, and I very fair about when he part of the group.
So which side now? Which side name you heard here?
From against Francisco Fast. I don't know how they call it. I'm going to say rebel good or what, but yes. Please, I tried calling you yesterday for and Lusa network was getting problem. So I beg you, my brother, Anthony Williams, whatsoever you are, I beg you, listen to me. I'm your sister, the actress Williams. I beg you, don't put yourself in a posting. You saw what the post our people did to Papa Chimon.
Beatrice, wait. You say you continue to say my brother, and you call your last name is William. Are you related?
Yes.
Is he your biological brother?
Yes, we are first cousins.
Oh,
yeah, we are first cousins.
Okay.
Yes. So I beg you, I'm calling from the PHP community. I tried calling you yesterday, but you are not picking us. Lusa network of him.
Okay.
So I beg you.
Continue to call him, yeah?
All right. Thank you for having me.
Thank you too for calling. Have a nice day. Hello.
Yeah, hello, sir.
Your name and where you call from?
Yeah, I'm calling from Police Academy. My name is James Topa. Concerning this saga in the house, hello?
We are listening, Mr. Topa.
Concerning this saga in the house, I want to know, is it the number that matter or the private allegation that matter?
Which
because
one?
Because the LCC must have taken this step very fast and see how to remedy it before to see the conclusion of that matter, because we know that private is a crime on our law.
So Mr. Topa,
so the number that is increased for the what is because of the inducement they gave them. They wouldn't have that number if they are not giving them 15,000 each. So it's a grave concern that they can roll inside first before they can go in the kind of thing they're talking about.
Mr. Topa,
thank you.
Mr. Topa, so
yes,
so you think which one matters now, the numbers or the money?
That's my problem. The money is what matters, because on our law, they who teach the law to all, they're receiving brass and they have petroleum evidence on all that one there. But by right, LCC must go and investigate this scheme to see that if there's no way, then they can proceed. But other than that, no, they will not go for our democracy.
But if you say the money matters, then for nothing go.
What I'm saying, they want the 15,000 they gave all made that number 46.
Okay. All right, Chief. Thank you for calling. Have a nice day.
No, it's wrong.
Okay, Chief. Thank you for calling, yeah? Hello?
Yellow, the subscriber you are trying to reach is...
Hello?
Yeah. Oh?
Yeah, you are on the air. You are on the air, Mama. You are on the air. Yeah, how are you today?
Yeah, I'm by yourself.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah. Yo, I want to call all my law district in our county. Now in Mosulana, but in my county, where are you from? You understand? Joe Power. No, I'm surprised. I got him when they said they are 5 persons and shame for him. I said, you are shame for Boston William. After you move and before Timo, the woman will respond for the woman. I don't know anything. They make it represent us in Maryland country. I'm from Brooklyn, where the these people. He brought their strength and shame to us. He first time going to hospital, he brought. He did that man. He did 1-2 years there. I take him brought.
But
the last time he was there.
you know that the mental bribe.
Oh, but you know on the document. That means I was calling here. I got to let me hear that. Where's something you get a quarter of the land? What is going to happen? Why knew what we had a need? Then you want to talk in the year as a journalist back? The government before the air. They ask him, oh, you got this. I'm like, no. I look at the people. And the people was there. They made sure the money, that man knew what there. And he didn't drop away from Grand to Cotton. They knew what there. Come on, oh, you got food. No, the food is there. They're already clearing. And we can see it. It's not in darkness again. They eat black and white wretched. You see that so I put my son. And when they do it, it's wrong with putting them for a reason. Don't go and tell brother woman from there. What will suffer us here? They from William. What for you for you? What is where people? They point believing that what they put tell you. You and so far away. So they all let us down. And tell them now, they're coming for you. We're kicking your out of place. Thank you.
Thank you, Manchester. Have a nice day.
Okay.
Hello.
So how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine.
This is Edmoka. I'm back on the line. You know, it's quite interesting, my brother. Because even the 42, because the number that making them 43, the individual is claiming that all of the country, when they return, is going to be in Fonati Ken. That's what we are hearing. So even the 42 that they are talking about, today, the 7th day running, they can even produce the 42 in their section. They are carrying 35. I just come from listening to Mema from Bon County, the Mema. They can produce even the 42. And this is the fear these guys are having. I mean, those guys are having. Because if you claim that you have the 42, you can't even produce the 42 in your own achievement that you are going. Then why will you get the 49 fund to take it to for nothing cover? Under the gravel. And this is why they are calling them. If you get the 49, start holding the country in office, take your 49 to section, and for nothing will stay afar. Then someone will take over because for nothing got to defend himself. You got to play again. This means when you get a 49, then that means automatically for nothing is, oh no. You will say aside, someone father preside, then he will defend himself. He will play again. If the case is not sufficient, then he will say, hello, everything you say, you go against you, now you can say aside. But the guys don't have the number.
All right,
okay? Where are the number? You say you got 42, you got produce 42 in your shimmer. Every time you say you got 35. Today again, we are hearing that another 35 was there. Where are the songs?
Okay.
But you see, please, quickly. You know, this is why we say they say you can't attack the other branch of government. This breaking is up bracket say he can intervene, he can subtract the policy for them. Say, no, move for emergency. These people, they want to destroy my government. I will still be submitting my budget. But he is in the reason why he is quiet. He got about his level policy there.
All right, Chief.
Thank
you.
Because he is part of what is going on.
Thank you, sir. Hello. Very shortly, we'll do a very short survey on Fonatikova. Good afternoon.
Hello. Yeah. Hello.
You are on the air, Chief. Good afternoon.
Yeah, I'm calling from 12th Street. This is James Doe.
Yeah, let's hear you, Mr. Doe.
Okay. Those people are not working. Because they're not working, but they want in. We tell the president of the Minister of Finance to hold their pay. Both sides, they will not take pay. Any attempt, we'll move it out. We'll have meetings now, the local community. We'll move on them and run them all rapidly. But this more, when they more in, when they continue to more in, they will not take pay. The Minister of Finance will hold their pay. The president will instruct the Minister of Finance, will make the President instruct the Minister of Finance to hold their pay. All those guys, some of them want to take pay. Let them continue what they're doing.
So
right.
you will instruct the president to instruct finance on not pay them?
We'll not pay them. Minister of Finance will not pay them.
Okay. Thank you so much. So I want to do something in the next few minutes, and then we'll talk something that will take us out. On the same thing, going to do a very simple, short survey, not long. Go straight to the point. Straight to the point. Don't call and explain. Don't give any history. Simple survey we're about to do. Listen carefully. We are approaching time. And the time will reveal whether Fonati Kofa stays on as speaker or he goes. Now, here's it. You call in the next 5 minutes. We're not going to take long on this. Call and state your position. Are you convinced that Fonati Kofa will remain the Speaker of the House of Representatives or not? Straight to the point. If you think Kofa will remain, yes, Kofa will remain. Simple as that. Can we do that? Let's go. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Your name?
My name is Victor, and I call you from Adelfast.
Do you think Fonati Kofa will stay on? Are you convinced that Fonati Kofa will stay on as Speaker of the House of Representatives?
I'm convinced 100% that Kofa will stay.
Thank you so much.
Hello.
Yeah, Mr. Andrew, I'm the same lady that fought from the THP community, the actress William.
Are you convinced? Are you convinced that Speaker Fonati Kofa will stay on as the Speaker of the House of Representatives?
Yes. YES, yes.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello.
Your name?
It's Mr. Two calling years ago.
Mr. To, are you convinced that Fonati Kofa will remain the Speaker?
Oh yes, 100%.
Thank you. Have a nice day. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Your name and where you call from?
My name is James Sokwa again from police. Yes, Kofa will remain.
Thank you so much.
Fonati will remain.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Your name and where you call from?
Oh, this is Jackson Pony, and I call from my own factory.
Are you convinced that the Speaker will stay on?
100% Fonati Kofa will remain.
Thank you so much. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, hello, Sam Andrew and Peter David Castle. I call from under the street light in Lower Johnsonville.
You convinced that Fonati Kofa will stay on?
Fonati Kofa is going to retain his seat.
Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Hello.
Hello, Sam Edmond Carr. We were community.
Are you convinced that Speaker Fonati Kofa will retain his position?
Capital YES. Yes.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello.
Your name and where you call from?
Yeah, this is James calling again.
No, you can call 2 times.
I'm definitely convinced that Speaker Kofa is going to remain.
All right. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Your name and where you call from?
Mr. James. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, James. Are you convinced that Speaker Kofa will stay on?
Yes, the Speaker will stay on. He will definitely stay on. The other renegade people will back up.
Thank you. You are convinced that he will stay on as Speaker of the House of Representatives. That's good. All right. You did extremely well. Clap for yourself. You did extremely well. That's how I wanted it to be. Go straight to the point, not beating around the bush. Yes?
James Doe from 12th Street. I want to find a survey.
Yeah. Are you convinced that the Speaker will stay on?
Yes, you will stay on, and his name is wait for your time. You will stay on and wait for his time. For nothing you call me, wait for your time. He will stay on and wait for the time for him to get out.
Thank you. Have a nice day. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Just lower your radio or move away from it.
Yes, I'm away from it.
Your name?
My name is Rose Toto. I'm calling from Front Street. Yes. Fonati Kofa will be there. But the time is supposed to stand there.
All right.
We are ready for the fight.
Thank you. Have a nice day. All right. You did extremely well. That's it. That's all I wanted in the next 5 minutes. So that's how it is at the legislature for now, until a final decision is made as to whether the Speaker resigns or he's ousted as Speaker of the 55th. Yeah, they call themselves 55th. They are the 55th, even though that number was in contention, but we accept it that way, 55th. So they APRCT, it can be see ID cards there, fake ID card. Beatrice Che, get a woman there to say she received. Beatrice Che, Adika 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But we are LRB. See all of the documents. Okay. All right. So that will be doing it for that. Let's close on what unfolded yesterday at the University of Liberia, the launch of the PhD program. Everybody excited. And let me put this in context. When former President Weah came to power, he and his people initiated this free tuition for public institutions. And the University of Liberia was one of, and still was one of the beneficiaries, because I do not know how it is now, so I can say still, but was one of the beneficiaries. When that scheme was initiated and announced, it was condemned to the core that it wasn't going to work, that Liberia wasn't ready for it yet in terms of budgetary sustainability and on, that the timing was not right. The former president was misled. Those who in power now, in opposition then, will argue, and a lot more was said. Fast forward. Unity Party is in. Just around the same time, President Weah then announced, having been briefed by his education experts, just around the same time, President Boakai, his people tell him, we can have a PhD program. Now is the time for the PhD program. What I like of what is happening, the criticism is not that strong. There isn't any noise about it. And I am convinced the way the noise was about the free tuition, because the opposition then felt that they needed to say something, use it, though it helped a number of instructors, lecturers, professors, even though not all agree, but a good number that we talk about how it was helpful, leads to talk about students who did not have, and the free tuition allowed them to enter. They only needed to pay the registration fee, and it lasted for 6 years. That is why when the CDC government was leaving, the fear arose in very many of the students and other people that the Unity Party government will erase the free tuition, which was very helpful to thousands of students of Liberia. The introduction and launch of the university doctoral program, not criticizing it, not condemning it, but here is it. The University of Liberia has absolutely nothing that it takes to have a doctoral program. You argue, we can argue it. It is not bad. Vision is unto everybody to envision it. But every vision that is not carefully thought out, that is not giving a perspective of the future in terms of sustainability, and sustainability starts with with your internal setting, having everything in place, it will just be an illusion. The University of Liberia, no criticism to it, no condemnation, not vilifying it, just looking at the factors, does not have what it takes now to offer a doctoral program. If any one of you know how a doctoral program works, and you know the University of Liberia, you will not. The same expression that was used 6 years ago, let me use that same expression on this doctoral program. This is my personal criticism. Just as they argued then that it was the free tuition scheme launched by former President Weah's government was for political recognition, to score political capital, the same thing with this doctoral program. I'm not wishing for that, not a wishful thinker, but stick this in your mind. That doctoral program will die with time. It will not last the 6 years. Doctoral program is not something that you just sit down and say, oh, the University of Liberia be in existence from 1862, and what the number? The year, I think, yeah, in the 1800. And then it became a full university in 1951. So that from that time to this time, why the university, the only state-run university, why can't they have a doctoral program, and on and on? Look at that university. First thing first, the campus is not representative of a doctoral program. The campus itself. 2, the internal side of it. You think doctoral program that your petty thing, you just wake up and say, yeah, we want doctoral program, so it will be like, yeah, Liberia has a doctoral program, and this other institution has, or this other country has. Let's be on par with the sub-region, Sierra Leone, Nigeria, Ghana, Guinea, Ivory Coast. Let's play into that regional, insert ourselves into that regional block. Nigeria, Ghana, Guinea, Ivory Coast, Sierra Leone, and then, yes. So when they're talking about doctors from those places, doctors, Liberia, University of Liberia. The University of Liberia, the very students will speak out, does not even have a very good library. And doctoral program is all about research. Doctoral program is extensive. It's all about extensive research, accelerated program. What is at that university? Tell it. Who are those going to be offering doctoral lectures? Who are those? What kind of doctoral program or programs you're going to be offering? The fields or areas of specialty. The ones who are doctors, academic doctors, single out a single book they have written, because that's one of the prerequisites. That's one. I took up a good bit of time last night to run through this. It is not a law, but it is a prerequisite academically. The guys in other countries, you see that they write out, see the books, those doctors, not all, because everybody, but very many of them, and those in the classroom, because the materials too are used as reference point, as research papers. Ask anybody who went through a doctoral program. They read from their doctor's book. They did research on it as part of their program. There are too many things that go into a doctoral program. It is not the hype or the political capital you want to score that, yes, this man initiated free tuition program. It wasn't sustainable as the way it needed. It didn't have, the university did not have this. The university did not have that. It's not going to be vibrant. So we introducing doctoral program to cancel his free tuition program. When that university, that program is now ordinary program. Nothing absolutely supportive of that. Do a research on a doctoral program. Ask some of the doctors here. When I say doctors, I mean people who went through. I'm talking about people who they just bestow honorary doctorate degree on them, or they just went shortcut. People who went through the extensive work. Ask them. They will tell you. The ones who've been doctor here, you won't see a single paper from there. This country does not have anything, research papers, list to talk about books. What are you going to be using for your doctoral programs? You're going to be getting people, literatures from outside, other doctors, books you're going to be bringing into your place. So why the rush? We can go on and talk about it at length. And some of the guys have already started criticizing it on a cover. I listened to one of them. He's uncomfortable. But what did he say? He said that the country now, that the country, in this country, please the president. That's why they called Joe Boaga there and say, they say that. That thing will die with time. The master program, look at the master program. Look how faint. Not condemning the University of Liberia being in existence for long, it has been very impactful to society. I am talking about the initiative that they try to introduce there, or they have launched. Because when you launch, it means it's taking effect now. Look at the master program. Look at how it is. Look at every other thing over there. What is the improvement, or some of the improvements, since Dr. Al Hassan Conte took over that you have seen at that university? Go to other countries, see their doctoral programs, see professors, see their setup. What do you have here? Why the rush for a doctoral program? It's just to score political capital. So yeah, the rescue government, you are only the first government to introduce doctoral program at the University of Liberia. It will die with time. I'm not wishing for that, Chief. Nobody should think I'm wishing for that. It's not about politics. I'm not talking politics here. I'm talking about not yet ready. Because we do not have that. The time we took to waste time on all kinds of things, taking money, going to the one to we should have used that time to be setting up. That's what countries around the world do. How is it going to be? Yeah. It'll be that joke place, fun fair, doctoral program, that joke. Say they launch a doctoral program. Unity Party government launched the first government in Liberia history. At the University of Liberia get doctoral program now. Liberia coming to produce its own doctors. We have doctors here. We've been having doctors. The ones that we have here, what have you seen? We went to a gathering one time. It was all with academics, and the hall was packed. They invited and some great intellectuals from across the sphere of this country, the legislature, and other places. I think two, representatives, Francis Dopo, Dixon Sibo, former Hazin Kazulu, with people from the education ministry and other places. They were there. Several speeches were delivered, insightful speeches. So when they handed the microphone to Representative Dixon Sibo, his presentation was short, but to the point. And I would not forget too soon what he said in the conclusion of his presentation was, Liberia has many doctors. But interestingly, you have not seen any. We don't have a single book from any one of the doctors about this country on a specific subject. Like we read of other doctors, we fight for the books. We get into the book, we quote them. Our country, with all of the doctors, he said Liberia can boast of many doctors, but who is writing? And he was right. And that is one of the reasons why Liberia is in this situation. That is the reason, one of the reasons Liberia is in this situation. Because you know why? All of the doctors not really observing, innovative, researching to put things together and write a book or a paper so that it helps the government moving forward. But everybody wants to be in government. Everyone really wants to be seen, doctor, minister. You know the number of doctors? I didn't know that the speaker holds a doctorate degree in law until he said it. He said, I don't want to brag about myself, but I hold, how did he say? He said it in the legal way. Well, as a literate man, I knew that he was talking about that. Then he went on to say, I can leave the speaker job and do anything and sustain myself and my family. So all of the time, the man is well learned. And can you imagine? Yes, it also the speaker, and not only he alone. I think Councillor Jala Babu has a doctorate degree in law. But have you ever seen a legal paper from any one of them? I think we should be having a couple of lawyers who holds who has a doctorate degree in law. But have you seen any paper from any one of them, any legal paper on our legal system? How? You know why we're experiencing all of these things in our legal system, in our political system, in our social system, in our religious system, and what? Because people who are grounded in these areas did not put in their minds and their pen to work. Everybody political. That's one of the things that is giving us harder in this country. Everybody is dipping into the politics. Everybody is analyzing the politics of the day. Everybody makes sure that they should have a say. So you don't see anything. Those in the medical area, you have doctors in the medical area. Have you seen medical literatures coming up? Have you seen any? Those in the religious area, have you seen any encyclical coming up? That's how they call theirs in the religious sector. They call it encyclical. Have you seen any one of those literatures coming up? But you have too many doctors all over the place in a religious cycle. Doctor this, doctor that, doctor there, doctor. People are just excited to be called doctor. You know what it takes to go through that extensive research? Those of you who know a doctoral program, you know what I'm talking about. That at the close of the day, you start. Look at all that is happening. All the things that are happening in our country. You think we can have a solution, a way out? Look at the economists in our country. Have you ever seen a single rate out? We have a dire economic situation. Who should help us out? Our own people. Do you think we should be calling doctors from other countries to come and help us to solve our economic problems? And in other areas? The only reason why we fall prey to those doctors and bring them into our country, because we are in writing. We are excited that the people will just call Dr. St. Andrews. Then St. Andrews is excited. Dr. Israel is excited. Dr. Ote. That's all. You don't see. Beyond that, nothing. But in other countries, look, see the people what they're doing. You see books. Can we not go? Should we not be buying our own people books here? Every day, what do you see of Liberians? They're buying people books from different countries. And when you take the books, you see Dr. this, Dr. that, Dr. that. We are excited. And we're praising those people. Oh, you read this man's book. I like to read this man's book. This man's book here. The people start to write about their own country, then they move beyond. They help the government. They provide solution to the problems, the emerging problems. They forecast the future of their country in their book, and their government look at it, they use it. That's what it is. That's how you help. That's what a doctoral program is all about. Well, who do you see? All of the sectors of our country. Nobody. Nobody helping the country. Nobody writing. We can find solution in our own people's book, our doctor's book. We can find solution in there economically, militarily, religiously, socially. We can find solution as it is in other countries. Go to the White House in Washington. You will see doctors' books in the White House library. American doctors. Go to other countries around the world. You will see students go, they read those books. The government use them to solve certain problems. You won't get nothing over here. And you say, you come into a doctoral program. Sorry, but it will die with time. Not hoping for that, not wishing that, but it will die with time. Let's have your say on this in the next few minutes. Just few calls. Time is of the essence. The next program is on 0772 23 99 33 0886 30 44 97. The female line 0777 9803 75. Have your say on this in the next few minutes. Few calls on it. If not, then we are out to make way for the next program. 0772 23 99 33 0886 30 44 97. The female line 0777 9803 75. On the show, Real Talk on Kings 88.5. When St. Andrews, we talk it real, without compromise, without fear. Yeah. How many persons, how many doctors, check Liberia doctors, you reach almost 200, but not a single person has written a single book. I challenge anybody, put it up. Any doctor can say, oh, I disagree with St. Andrews on that radio. He's lying. We've written this. Yeah, it's it. This is what this country is using now in this sector. No one. Line all of the people up. Nobody. Don't even go down there. You say, I know Amos Sawyer, eh? You know, some of you talking about Amos Sawyer, that military thing. You go put down there. And what's the name of the book, sir? I can't remember. I was thinking a blue book. I think about 14 or 15, 20 page. Yeah, that's what it is. So the doctoral program, I'm not convinced that it will last. No, there are too many factors that's going to work against that program. Take the politics out of it. Too many factors. The only thing here is former President Weah launches free tuition, and then they've come with the doctoral program. They're just difference of time, different events. Hello.
Is it the station?
Yes, this is Kings 88.5. Real Talk with Sam Andrews.
This is James Jogan from 12th Street. Sam?
Yes, sir.
Sam Andrew?
Yes, sir.
You said none of our doctorate degree holder wrote books. That Oguano wrote a book. Sawyer wrote a book. They wrote books. They be 2 pages, but they wrote books. Give them credit to those who wrote the books.
You say
not at all.
You say it can be 3 pages that book.
That's book.
My man.
Sawyer wrote how many pages? People,
yeah, right? Yeah, okay, let me listen to you, Chief.
No, but don't say, when you come on and say, no, they wrote books, that one got a problem with. Say some wrote books, but we need to write more books. That's what you should say. But when you come up and say, no, Dr. degree holder have written book, that one got a problem with. You don't do that.
You have problem with it because you only grab the last part I said when I put up the challenge, so that I want you to grab.
Listen now.
All the thing I said.
Doctor degree have written book, that's what you said.
Chief, when it said
you name some people who wrote books that I say when I wrote a book. So I wrote a book. Other people wrote books. So you're not seeing it fast, so you're not seeing it. But when you don't come out right and say nobody in Liberia has written, no doctor degree holder has written book, that one got problem with.
I mean, you political man.
No, I'm of this.
I mean, the academics are talking here.
You don't get a statement, sweeping statement to say no doctor degree holder has written book. Don't say that. Say some are reading book, but the book not up to that. But don't say.
You say they have written, but the book now up to what? Ain't up to stand up.
Is it also a robot 2 pages?
But man, you invalid. You defeated your own argument. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
No. When we talk about book, we're not talking about pamphlet.
Tell you
say that book. Look at it when we talk about doctorate degree holder books that people read around here. You see some of the books. 200 pages, 500. You talk about 3, 4, 5, then you say book. A pamphlet. Not even a first grade book they can write. What is that doctorate degree holder will get here, according to what Mr. Andrew just said? Just a new B block, Dr. John Brown, Dr. Peter Paul. That's all. There is no output. Thank you.
Thank you for calling. Have a nice day. My man, when we're talking about books, book written by a doctor in the true sense of the word, Chief, and not 2, 3 sheets. They have books and they have pamphlets. Yeah, you read 2, 3, 4, 5 sheets. And you say that book there in the context in which I'm talking. Okay, we agree. Let's take it that way. How has the book written? Let's take it. Let's use a word. How has the book written by Guanu and the other people, what difference? How has it impacted Liberia? You can, if you call back, you can say. Not at all. You know why you run for those guys' books? Because those guys will make sense to you. You know why you don't run for your own books here? Let's agree that our men wrote. Why you don't use them? Why? Why you don't use them in whatever the sector they wrote? So I agree. Guanu wrote from a historical perspective. So how are you using it to solve the perennial historical problem we have had? You know why you're not using it? Because in your opinion, it doesn't match the reality. So you would prefer another writer outside Liberia who wrote in a way or something similar to your culture. There you go, you open it, you quoting the person, you page this, page that. People write books, the doctors, they write for their country and beyond. They look at events, things unfolding, they can sit down and forecast the economic situation of their country, and they write and say, this is what's going to happen this time. And you see that the government used that, or other institutions use that. You think doctoral program are joking? You think politics is a man robot? Yes. Let us not dispute that. It is evident that they've written. But has the country taken those write-outs or those books to solve problems here? Like we see in other countries? No. Why should they not use it? They should. But why are they not using it? Why are they not referencing it? Say one right. Look at, are they being used in schools, or the Ministry of Education took areas from there, some provisions, and inserted in the curriculum for usage in schools? Is it ever significant to the university? Do universities around here use those Liberian writers' books? Do they use it for lectures? Open your eyes, go to those places, ask. What kind of man is it? Chief, that's not the excitement you put into it. Okay, then thank you ever so much for spicing it up. That's all the time we've got. Thank you ever so much for being with us on the show. Real Talk on Ken's 88.5. We're back tomorrow, if God permits, with the weekend's edition. But the news is on at 6. Stay tuned. Get the info, the latest development, how it ended at the House of Representatives today. And after that, Face the Issue is on with Abraham Godson William. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be fascinating tonight. It's going to be provoking. Stay on and face the issues. My name is Sam Andrews. Shalom.